Today, we're going to talk about websites you can trust. Why? Because so many of you, when you get on the web, it's tricky. It's iffy. You're not sure if something is legitimate or not. And my job is to teach you the tech skills you need so that you can connect with your family and friends and be confident to continue engaging online with your devices. And so today I have a workshop planned just for you on websites you can trust. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And if this is your first time joining me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so proud of you. I know sometimes just the event of trying to learn something new can be a challenge. And so I do appreciate that you're here with me today to learn something new. Now, I am the founder of Senior Savvy, and every single week, I'm teaching older adults, thousands of them, the tech skills that they need. And if there's ever a question, if you ever want to connect with me, my email address is right there for you. And I want you to send me your questions. I want you to send me your comments because it helps me know what's on your mind, okay? So today we're going to talk about websites. Is it legitimate? We're going to talk about the best of the best for you. We'll talk about how to decipher if the news is real or fake. We'll talk about finance and shopping sites. And if you want a handout of all these resources, go ahead and email me and put in the subject line handout of the websites you can trust, and I will send that to you. Okay. So first, let's talk about websites. What makes it legitimate? All right. And thanks to the internet's evolution, there's a whole lot online about how we are living our lives. And at the same time, this evolution has created a lot of dangers and new opportunities for criminals to defraud the unsuspecting. And so I want to teach you right off the bat what makes a website legitimate. Okay, so a legitimate website contains the certificate or trust seal that belongs to the company of the website you're attempting to visit. Up top in your browser, in the location bar, you're going to see a little padlock up there. And that padlock tells you it's secure. You're also going to look for the S, the HTTPS. And that S means that the site is secure. And I want you to keep training your eye to go up there, just like it's your dashboard on your car. How fast are you going? Are you running low on gas? Is the website secured? Okay, train your eye to go there. Because when you are savvy to this, you can protect yourself from cyber attacks. Every year, many people become victims of fraud. In 2021, 81% of organizations were a target of cyber crimes. And here are a couple ways that they get you, all right? And I will tell you this straight up. This tends to be the number one way my students get hacked in a cyber attack. And that is through doing some kind of research to try to fix your own computer. And then the next thing you know, you get this error. You get this notice saying your computer has been locked. And here's where they get you, okay? They get you because they are preying on your vulnerability. And when you see something like this is called malware. This is called a cyber attack. What I want you to do is unplug your computer and disconnect completely from the internet. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to call that number. I don't want you to believe that, okay? Because that is an attempt to get you to pay to get your computer fixed by the hacker. And you don't want to do that, okay? You do not want to do that. But again, I got to tell you, this happens to my students all the time. All right, another way is phishing. Now, the phishing typically comes in emails. And what's happening here is that the phisher is sending you an email that looks somewhat like a legitimate email, and they're asking for information. They're going to make you put in your name, your number, your address, that kind of thing. And you want to stop and not do that. You want to investigate further, okay? And you want to see whether or not it's legitimate. In a case like this FedEx one, I want you to read it carefully. So often, probably 99% of the time, this is being written by a non-native speaker, and there will be typos in it, but there will never be a typo in an email from FedEx, okay? Just want you to be aware of that. Sometimes you might be on a website and there's third-party content injection. Okay, that's like an ad. It's floating around in the corner of a familiar website. You've never noticed it before. This is a type of cyber attack where they're trying to get your attention and get you to click on something to give them information. So right now, what I want to do is I want to teach you simple steps for being aware, because a lot of this is just a matter of you being aware. Not fearful, not panicking, but aware. So here's the first thing I want to bring your attention to is the URL, the address locator, okay? So one of the most common phishing techniques is to create a website that looks almost identical to the real thing. And so it will trick you. And what they will usually do is they'll mimic the original URL. So in this top instance, it says abcnews.com.co. And that is not the actual ABC News website. So I want you to become aware of that. Pay close attention to the URL. You can also use Google's safe browsing. And the link there is, or you can type in Google Transparency Report. And this will show you the legitimate websites and the illegitimate websites that have come across your browsing history. I want you to look closely at the content because hackers are typically trying to create websites fast, and there will be spelling errors, like I mentioned, and reliable, reputable websites will have high quality content that makes sure that their information is error-free. One thing I want you to be aware of is that anytime there's a sense of urgency, such as you got to click here or you'll lose all your information, or you need to do this within the next 24 hours or else you'll lose all your email, that is an attempt to prey on your fear. And I want you to be really cautious of that. You can find out who is registered for a particular web address, okay? There are web domain registrars, and it's good to know, are you on a legitimate website or not? You can also check the reviews for different websites. Typically, people trust online reviews, but here's what I want you to become aware of. Are the reviews with a picture? Do they have a name next to them? Is there an exaggerated headline, for instance? Is it a verified purchase? So if you look at the bottom right column result here, it says verified purchase. And you want to make sure that it's a verified purchase, okay? And it wasn't just a paid for or a non-account holder review. Now, I want to move into some of the best, because what I've done here is I've compiled a list of the best websites for older adults. And first, I want to talk about travel websites. And I put these together because I want to make sure you don't get taken when you're booking your travel. So there are a couple of them here. One is called the Evergreen Club. And the Evergreen Club is a website that offers lower priced B&Bs, peaceful accommodations, and some of the best guest rooms around. And that is called Evergreen Club. There's also one that's called Elder Treks. Elder Treks is one of the first travel blogs for older adults. And they have more than 15 years of experience within the travel industry. And they offer active small group senior tours in more than 50 countries. And it's an all-inclusive website that focuses on adventure, culture, and nature. Another travel website I'm sure you've heard of is Frommer's, which is filled with some of the best travel information. You'll get everything all in one place. And now I want to move into technology, some technology websites that I'm comfortable referring you to. One is commando.com. Now, Kim Komando has compiled a ton of great content on her website, commando.com. You can go there to find out about password insecurities, to find out about ways you can optimize your battery. And she has a ton of content there. So head to commando.com to find out what you're looking for. The techboomers.com website gives you information and tutorials. It's more about learning. And I have referred to Tech Boomers many times when I'm putting together a class such as this. There's also the Senior Tech Club. And here you can get help with learning, exploring, and understanding how to use your devices. Next, let's talk about health websites. I'm sure as an older adult, you want to be able to find out certain symptoms, certain things that are happening to you. And one of the best places you can go is the Mayo Clinic website. I live here in Phoenix. A lot of my students are Mayo Clinic patients, and we will head to the Mayo Clinic app regularly to help investigate any health needs. Another one that's reputable is WebMD. WebMD is a website that focuses on medical conditions that affect the elderly. And mostly doctors are writing these articles, so it has some authority. And then there's one other one, it's called Health Central. And this one truly features information and products about how to have a healthier lifestyle. Now, I want to talk about some financial websites. And I know that some of you are not comfortable doing online banking, and I get it. It took me a while to get there myself. It really did. So what I want to tell you about here is that it's rather safe to use. They're federally insured. And with the right security measures, online banks can truly open up a world for you so you don't have to go down to the bank if you're not feeling up for it. Another one is called Motley Fool. You probably have heard of it. It's a great resource for investors wanting to stay informed. The Economist is a global thought leader, and they truly have a wide range of objectivity and insight on issues pertaining to politics, business, finance, science, and technology. There's also the Financial Times, and this is tracking a lot of the leading news organizations and putting all the information about finance in one place. And now here are some best overall for information. I will head regularly to the AARP website for latest information on scams, on vaccines, on the best essentials you need. The AARP truly has it all. The National Institute on Aging, they have a wonderful website, and I do a little more of a deep dive into these medical websites in another class and talking about what each of them really offers. But the National Institute on Aging has a great website and offers news, events, research funding, and lots of health information. Now, on the next couple slides, we're going to talk about, is it fake? Is it fake or not? And so if you are not sure if something you're reading is fake or not, there's a website you can go to. It's called FLAC. That's right, FLAC, FLAC Check. And this site provides resources that are designed to help you recognize flaws in certain arguments. So you can head to flaccheck.org. You can also go to another website. It's called Media Bias to do any fact checking. Additionally, the Snopes website is one of the oldest and largest fact-checking website online. And I want you to know if something is real or not. Additionally, if you ever have any questions for me, feel free to email me, to reach out, let me know. I do have a handout on all of these websites. All you've got to do is email me at seniorsabby@seniorsavvy.net, and I'll send it to you. As we wrap up today, I want to let you know you can always find me on Facebook, as well as on Instagram and on YouTube. You'll find me wearing the yellow shirt on all of them, and that's who I am. As always, it has been a true honor and a privilege to serve you and to educate you on these topics. If you ever have a question, a comment, or you want to know more about something, just go ahead and reach out to me, and I'll make sure to include it in an upcoming workshop topic. Thank you so much for joining me today.